Good evening, Westwood, and welcome to Flayhigh Field. It is
Malden Catholic
opening night for your Westwood Wolverines,
Westwood is Brad
taking on the
Pendel.
visiting Malden Catholic Lancers. And we are almost ready here for kickoff. Evan Cardamino on camera and microphone. Morgan Donahue here, folks. We are absolutely delighted to bring Westwood Media Center coverage of your Westwood football. Wolverines off to a 1-1 start on the year. Got a win on the road in the first game over West Bridgewater, and then fell to Bellingham on the road, battling some injuries last week. They got some bodies back in the lineup tonight. Most notably, you got Murphy O'Malley back in the lineup tonight, who was a big-time difference maker on both sides of the ball for the Wolverine. The Wolverines going to receive.
Wolverines, number 525, Ryan Petras.
Wolverines in the home green, Malden Catholic in the away whites. And we are ready for football, folks. It has been a long time coming to have a home game back here at Flayhive under the lights. Nothing better. Opening kickoff is heading towards the sideline. It goes through the end zone. It's going to be a touchback.
Kickoff goes into the end zone.
They're going to put that, I believe, right around the 35. Have to double check the college versus high school rules. I think it's actually going to be the 20. Yep, so the 20-yard line, the Wolverines will start their offense. So the Wolverines a little banged up at wide receiver, so not playing tonight is Charlie Jessup as well as J.R. Drayton. So talked to head coach Brad Pendel. He said they're going to have Teddy McGowan in there at wide receiver. You'll see him up top of the screen, number 17. Also Adam Beauregard, number 1 at wide receiver. And then Keelan McDonald, who's been on fire so far this season, will be getting a bunch of looks as well. He's had a touchdown in both games so far this year. Wolverines looking to get 11 guys on the field. They are set up. They got one receiver up top. They got 3 near side, as well as Senjik in the backfield. Pendel takes a snap. Hand off to Senjik. Running downhill, picks up a good 6 yards. Nice start for the Wolverines.
Yeah, Morgan, you mentioned without 2 of their top receivers this game, so it's going to be a big game for Beauregard to step up here. Same for McGowan as well. This is your chance to make your mark here on this team early on in the season. It's next man up mentality. We saw that last year when starting quarterback Ty Pendel went down with an injury in the Bellingham game, and we saw Jack Holland come in. So it's all about next man up.
Next man up. This is where legends are made. You could be a sophomore, getting a couple touchdowns in a game, and you'll be on the Wolverine Report at some point talking about that game. Senjik again, downhill. Picks up a few. They're going to mark him about 2 yards short, so a gain of about 2. It's going to be 3rd down and a long 2, maybe 3.
I like this start for Westwood. Establish the run, establish the game early in the trenches. That's where you're going to win a lot of football games. 2 solid runs by Senjik so far, and now in a 3rd manageable situation here. Be interested to see what they do. If they're going to stick with the run, it's been working so far for them, or are they going to go to the pass here?
They're going no backs right now, so they got 2 receivers up top, 3 down low. Keep an eye on Ty Pendel. He can move the ball on his feet as well, so if he sees some room, he'll take it. He's looking near side. He's going to throw it, but no one there. That's going to be
incomplete.
3 and out for the Wolverines.
4th down.
Or bring up 4th down. Wolverines still on the field. They will not afraid to go for it, on their side of the 50, but they're going to send out the punting unit.
Ty Pendel, a great start to the season so far. He's looking at over 600 yards passing in the first 2 games, as well as, I believe, 6 touchdowns on the season. So
he's been lights out. And you know what I like most about his start? He is so humble. I've interviewed him twice. I interviewed him after the West Bridgewater game. I also interviewed him on Westwood Day. He's found him in Westwood Day, and he gives all the credit to the guys in front of him, giving them the time, and also the guys catching the ball and turning, slants and screen passes into long touchdown runs. So the punt, it's away, takes a Westwood bounce. Norwood gonna track it as it continues to roll its way towards the 20-yard line, so a great punt there for the Wolverines.
Murphy's punt is down.
That was a punt by Ben Murphy, sophomore for the Wolverines.
1st and 10.
Nice punt there.
Great punt for Westwood. Turn the field over. That's a good 60-yard punt for them. If my math is correct. I think it was. I don't know. Math wasn't my strongest subject in school, but, flip the field.
Yeah. So the Lancers of Malden Catholic going to take over the ball on their 20. We're going to get their first look at their offense. Very talented offense. Had some time to watch some of their game versus Somerset Berkeley, and the thing I noticed, they have a lot of skilled position players who can turn some plays into big gains. They also have some big guys up front, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything when it comes to snapping the ball and making plays. And the Wolverines have always been a team that will gang tackle, that have always been undersized, and a big play there. Tackled by number 55 for the Wolverines, Gianni Martucci, with a big tackle to start things off.
Number 0, Trayvon Turner, the ball carrier.
So that's a gain
59,
of maybe
Jack Corrigan.
1, and it was actually Jack Corrigan on the stop. So great tackle there by Jack, went
Gain of 1 on the
downhill,
play to
caught him
second
right
and
at
9.
the line of scrimmage for
Malden
basically
Catholic
no
quarterback
gain,
is
gain of
number
1 if
10,
you call it
Dominic
anything.
Mercier.
Bring up second down. Mercier, the quarterback, takes the snap. He's looking up for a pass up in the far side. Good defense over there, though. Number 13 for the Wolverines, Chase Warren,
Mercier's
who's
pass
getting
is
his first
incomplete.
looks at cornerback.
Intended
Saw a
for
little bit
number
of him in the
8,
Bellingham
Figueroa.
game. He's a heck of an athlete, Evan. We've seen him on
Defended by
baseball,
number
but
13, Chase
when I
Warren.
saw him out there playing corner, he could certainly cover.
Third down and 9.
No stranger to the town of Westwood.
No?
Brother Thomas was a stud wide receiver, and I was watching some film on Thomas as a sophomore. He was playing a lot of D and was a stud then too. And then everyone knows his father, Greg Warren, probably one of the biggest legends to play the game of football at Westwood history. Third down. Looking up far side, screen pass, bobbles it and then catches it, and then a host of tacklers for the Wolverines to get the stop on third down.
That's big for the Westwood
Mercier's pass
defense
complete
right there.
to
Get a
number
good
2,
3 and
Anthony
out early
Wadman.
on.
Big
You know, the
play.
thing is, Malden
Again,
Catholic's
just 2 on the
offense is
play.
explosive. We watched that game against Somerset Berkeley,
is
and they
fourth
got
down
out to
and
28
6.
points quick in the first half. So, you know, this is a team that can score anywhere. They have a very dynamic offense. Big 3 and out for Westwood.
Yeah, Max O'Shea on the tackle there.
I
Big
almost
play.
think, I almost think
McDonald
they
back
maybe
into
got a
the
hand on it
Wolverines.
at the line as
Yeah,
well.
it was definitely a challenge for the receiver. He had to kind of set himself again to get hands on it, and that was a tough snap, but able to get a boot on it and get it down to Westwood's 30. That was a well-played
Number 7,
snap there.
Lorenzo
Number
Froyo
7,
with the punt.
Lorenzo Froyo, and we saw him before the game. Evan, we saw both
It is down at the Westwood
both
30,
of the
first
kickers
and
that
10 Westwood.
Malden Catholic have, and they were kicking 40-yarders before the game. They were moving it back to 50.
Fans,
And,
Westwood Football
you know,
and the Westwood
made a
Gridiron
couple from
Club
there
would
as
like to
well.
recognize and thank our three
But
official
really
sponsors
impressive
of the season.
team
These
you got
sponsors
here,
have stepped up
you
to
know,
partner
visiting
with
in Westwood. But
Football for
great
the
start
entire
for
season.
the Wolverines. You know, both
We
teams
will
have gotten a
sponsor
look at
shout-out
each
for
other's
each of the
offense.
three during
But
tonight's
big
game.
stops
please
there
take
for
a
the
look at the
Wolverines. I mean, I was
scoreboard
watching the game
on
film
the
of
QR codes for direct
Malden
website
Catholic. They have an
links for all of
explosive
our
offense. So if
sponsors.
you can get
Thank you.
some confidence going and being able to stop their threats, that's how you want to really dictate the tone of the game, especially when it comes to the defense. Pindell gets rid of it, finds McGowan, and that's a gain for about 7. So sophomore Teddy
Pindell
McGowan
pass
with a nice
complete
catch
to
there,
number
catch
17,
tackle.
Teddy McGowan.
Well, this game is going to be one in the
Tackled by
trenches, I
Christian
think, for
Zizza.
both of these teams. These are 2 hard-nosed football teams.
There's
Malden
the gain
Catholic's a
of
big
7 on the
team.
play.
Westwood has some big boys on the
Second
line.
and
Gianni
3.
Martucci, Peter Mills, Murphy O'Malley. So, you know, you're going to see I think the key for the game here for Westwood and Malden Catholic is who controls the line of
On the
scrimmage.
Wolverine, 37.
Teddy coming off, got a little banged up there. Coming on is Reed Boger. Reed Boger, TVL All-Star for track. Senjic getting away for a gain of 10.
Brendan
A
Senjic,
nice
the
run
ball
there by
carrier.
Senjic to get the ball up to the 47-yard
Tackled by
line
number 5, Jack McDermott.
and get the Wolverine offense going. I love seeing this.
Across
The
the
Wolverines, as you
45-yard
mentioned,
line,
Evan, the
the
last
game
couple
is
games
enough
have been
for our
pass-heavy.
Wolverines.
If you can balance that out a little bit with some
It's
tough
gotta be
running,
louder than that.
that's very
The
hard to defend.
Wolverines.
That's when defenses start to bite on the play action.
First and
That's
10
when you can really get some,
Wolverines from
you
their
know,
own
open wide
47.
receivers. You're going to have to force the defense to adjust to your run game, which is favorable for the Wolverine threats on the outside. You're going to send
There's
McDonald
no
in
play,
motion,
there's a flag.
and there is a flag. I believe it's going to be false start on the Wolverines.
The
This
signal
will
is
bring
for
them
a
back
false
about
start
5 yards.
against the Wolverines.
So it'll be 1st and 15.
5-yard penalty.
But like you said, Morgan, you know, the running has always been a big part of Westwood's game. The last 2
Brings up
years,
first
Dante
down and
Martucci
15
has
for
been
the
that lead
Wolverines
back. He's a
from
power
their own
nose back. He
42-yard
ran hard. He
line.
ran downhill. now you have Senjik. Senjik's taking over the reins here, and he's a hard-nosed runner too, but he has speed as well that works in his advantage. He's sort of fast. You don't really see it. He starts off just a hair, and he is explosive. That's going to be big for Westwood to establish the run game.
Pindell looking for Beauregard and incomplete on that pass attempt. I think it was a good pass, but through traffic. Tough one to make when you got a couple guys closing in on you. It's going to bring up second down.
I was going to say, too, Malden Catholic got off on that snap really quick. And
they did. It looked like it might have been offside.
It was close, but they had great timing on that. And the line collapsed quickly. The pocket collapsed quickly. But wait for Ty Pindell. Stand in there. Step up in the pocket and make a throw. You're not taking a sack. You're not losing yards.
Yep. So second down and long. One receiver up top. 3 down low. Senjik in the backfield. Snap to Pindell. Looking downfield. Chasing around, and they're gonna be a flag on the play. It looks like a potential hold on Westwood.
Incomplete. There's a flag on the play.
Officials are gonna meet to talk about it, but typically when you see a flag thrown there, it's a hold. Every now and then there's illegal contact to the face on defense, but
it looks like it will be on Westwood. They're going over
to
talk to the Catholic coach.
In which he's saying at this point he's probably just gonna decline it to take third down and 15, which they do.
The penalty is declined.
So this is also part of the decision process, Evan. You have 3rd and 15.
Third down.
You're playing for field position too, so I'm guessing more of a kind of conservative call here. You got 3 receivers down low, maybe a screen. We'll see, but we'll see what they go with. Yep, a little screen pass. You got Senjik. He's got some space. Does he get to the outside? He does. And that is going to make things interesting. He had a gain of about 11, which is going to make a 4th and 4, which I think Westwood goes for it.
I was going to say, if I'm Coach Pindell, I'm going for it here. This is a tough opponent.
You're at home, too.
You're in decent field position. It's worth the risk. And you see right now, they're staying on the field. Pindell's making a call, so I think you're going to see a call here. I like that call. I like the aggression early on. Set the tone. This is, once again, this is a really tough team. Malden Catholic's a good team.
Yep. 4th down and 4.
And Senjik's, I could see them going to Senjik here, whether it's a run or a screen pass.
See what they go with. Pindell in the shotgun. Oh, great call by head coach Brad Pindell. He had the cadence on 2 and got Malden Catholic offside for an automatic first down. Beautiful call by head coach Brad Pindell there. And also great discipline by the Wolverines to stay onside. It's not easy to do.
Well, that's a big thing too. The penalty game. Can you get the mental game in football? You don't want to make mistakes early and often. And Westwood there with great mental. Not jumping. I bet you that could have been even a design. Call a hard count, call a timeout.
Oh, it is. 100% was.
There,
they were going to use the timeout there. That was 100% the play call because those guys weren't flinching. Pindell looking up the far sideline. He's got McGowan. Is that inbounds?
Intended for McGowan.
Out of bounds.
Out of bounds. So great look by McGowan. Big body on the outside.
It was a great throw by Pindell. It was right where it needed to be. He did come down with it. He just didn't come down with inbounds, both feet in bounds. But
with high school, you only need 1. But he might have had 1 on the line while he was doing it. Well, that's going to bring up 2nd down and 10. About halfway through the first quarter here. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage, Westwood Boys Football. Evan Cardamino, Morgan Donahue. Snap goes to Pindell. He's going to pitch it off to Senjik. Senjik looking to get some space outside, but tackled by number 8 for Malden Catholic, Jeremiah Figaro. That was a great play by the D end, able to get outside and tackle Senjik for no gain. What an athlete.
No gain on the play.
He's a wide receiver slash tight end for Malden Catholic, but good speed there to not lose contain and to make a play out there to create a 3rd and long for the Wolverines. It's 4 down territory, so they might chip away at here, looking for like a 5-yarder, 6-yarder.
I could see a shot here as well. The defense might be expecting that little short dump off to Senjik. They might have an open coverage here as well.
Pindell takes a snap, near side, intended for Beauregard, incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down with 4th and 10. See what they
Ladies
do.
and gentlemen,
They play for
special
field
announcement,
position
I
or
have been handed
go
a set
for
of
it.
car keys.
I mean, even if you
If
advance
you
it
have
about
lost your car keys, please
6,
come up and see
7
us up
yards,
here.
that's still not bad
Please
field
check to make
position,
sure
you know,
have your
to
car keys. They were found
give the
on
ball
on the sidewalk.
you know,
or
if Malden
outside
Catholic
the
gets the
gate,
ball
I
back,
believe.
they have it on their side of the
So
40.
please check for your car keys.
But I like it.
Up
You're at
here
home.
with me.
You're playing to win here, folks.
I mean, you're also in that weird territory where this might be just out of range of Senjik, and you might, not Senjik, Bertone, but this might also be too close for a punter. So I like this call. I like the aggression as well.
4th and 10. Findell takes a snap, looking up on the far side. He's looking for McDonald, and that pass is incomplete. That was a great ball. It looked like it was just a little bit too hard to come down with. A couple defenders on the play, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. Malden Catholic going to have the ball going the other way. That was a good look, though. It was a little crossing pattern. It looked like a flag route for Keelan McDonald, who's going to stay on the field because he is a terrific defender as well. And that's where we really got introduced to Keelan last year. We got the tip from Isaac Shaman talking about, hey, number 18, keep an eye on him. So we did. And he had like 4 sacks in his first game. I believe it was the Bellingham game last year. Malden Catholic taking the snap, and they're looking to go deep on the far side, and that is caught by number 8, Jeremiah Figaro, who we called his name not more than 2 minutes ago on the great tackle he made on Senjik on the outside. So connection there by Mercier to Figaro for a connection of about 50 yards. That's a big play for Malden Catholic, who's going to have the ball on Westwood's 21. Figaro set up down low. They have 3 receivers up top. Mercier in shotgun. Both teams working out of the shotgun. And then Malden Catholic able to work it up the middle and a touchdown for number 0, Trayvon Turner. We were watching film, and he was a very impressive running back. We saw when we were watching the film where when he can run through the tackles like that, he's got some game-changing speed. He can also go to the outside and turn the corner. What a touchdown for Malden Catholic to get on the board 6-0 with an extra point ahead of. Extra point attempt being kicked by Lorenzo Froyo, which we saw before the game. This kid's got a boot.
Number 7, Lorenzo
right down the middle.
With the extra point try.
We adds the kick for the full 7.
I think is good. Try successful. Malden Catholic.
Yeah,
7.
we saw in the game footage earlier, this is what Malden
Ladies
Catholic does. They have a
Westwood
fast
Football's
offense.
official strength and
We saw
performance
Trayvon
sponsor
Turner.
this
He was
year
one of those guys
is
with some
Parsons
explosive
Sports
plays.
Performance.
That's what we
Located
expected
on
from
Route
Malden
1 in
Catholic
Norwood.
today. So the big thing for
Parsons
Westwood is,
Sports Performance
how do you
offers a
respond
unique
now?
strength
You got to come out with
plus
offensive
speed
explosion. I expect to
catered
see a
to
little more
elite
aggression. I
athletes.
think what we're going to see too is
The
more passing.
personalized
I think that's the thing. We've seen the
program
run
by ex-college
established.
athletes
Pindell went to a
to
couple
help
more
high
passing
school
plays there at the end of the drive, and they were all good looks by Ty Pindell, but just a couple drop passes out of bounds. I think once Westwood gets coming on offense and they can get their passing game going, you're going to see a little more explosiveness out of their offense.
I think we're going to start seeing some passes that will help them get into that routine. Some of these slant passes, the screen passes. And then, what we haven't seen yet is Murphy O'Malley. And when you see him get in the passing game, he's a difference maker. Right up the seam, he gets open. He gets open, and he's got sure hands, folks. His hands are right up there, about as good as anyone else. Ryan Petrus, the returner for the Wolverines, picks up the ball and is tackled right on the 14-yard line. The Wolverines going to start from there, going out.
1st and 10 Wolverines.
4 minutes, 49 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Malden Catholic up 7-0 on the touchdown run by Trayvon Turner. So Wolverines looking to answer. This happened in both games they played so far. West Bridgewater, they were able to answer. Both games they got punched in the face early. And how do you deal with that adversity? And, the team that can, take a punch to give one are the teams that are championship built. So the Wolverines looking to get the answer here. You got they got 2 receivers up top, tight end and receiver near side. Senjik in the backfield, Pindell in shotgun. Dell gets a snap, hands it off to Senjik. working up the far side and tackled close to the line of scrimmage. It's going to bring up second down and about 9, so they're going to give him about 1 yard on that. I feel like play action probably coming soon.
Yeah, play action, see if you can draw the run, maybe set up a...
They're packing the box a little bit, so you get that play action, do a little bootleg. I think things are going to certainly open up, but they're going to go with the same formation. No, excuse me, they got 3 receivers up top. O'Malley going to move in formation, in motion, excuse me. Snap to Pindell, you got a screen. Looks like it's to Senjik and then tackled. Number 58 for Malden Catholic, Dylan Clough, one of the captains. It's a gain of about 2. Should bring up 3rd and 7.
Tackled by Dylan Clough. There's a gain of 1 on the play. It is 3rd down and 8, Wolverines from their own 17-yard line.
So they're going to call it 3rd and 8. Wolverines again, 3 up top. Senjik in the backfield with Pindell and then Beauregard near side. Pindell gets the snap. Looking downfield for Beauregard. And he makes the catch. Was he in bounds? Yes.
Pindell, complete.
Great connection there for about 35 yards. The Wolverines going to have the ball on the 49.
That's a big tone shifter for the Wolverines. 3rd and 10 inside your own 20. You know, that could make any team dejected down on themselves, especially after Malden Catholic got off to a hot start. Pindell, though, has made some amazing throws this game. He has been pinpoint accurate so far.
Well, that was the ball was kind of fluttering there, and it was a great adjustment made by Beauregard to come back and get it. Hand off to Senjik. He gets downhill for a good 4 yards. Keep doing that. Keep running the ball hard like that, because that play action is going to open up. And now we're seeing Narut Kamal Ratanapiboon coming into the game, and he's a guy who runs the ball hard, Evan. Watch this. Last week in Bellingham, he was running hard all game and getting 5 yards, 6 yards at a time. So a good changeup from a back perspective where it's just, you know what you're getting with this kid. He's going to keep running hard, and he's tackled right around the line of scrimmage.
Those are the things too you want if you're Westwood is
number 9, Norwood.
You want to establish the run, so we have a player inch on the field, and we'll
take a quick break. We'll be right back, folks.
On the field, officials
watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Boys Football.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports, brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. Good news. The player for Malden Catholic was able to get up and walk off the field. Always good to see.
Ball now spotted at the Malden Catholic 48.
It's going to be 3rd down and 6 for the Wolverines at the Malden Catholic 48-yard line.
Expect we're going to see a little pass here, maybe play action pass, see if you get something, but in good field position for the Wolverines.
Pindell rolling out to the left. He's got a guy, he's got O'Malley working downhill, and he gets the first down. A gain of about 8. Murphy O'Malley. We mentioned him, getting him engaged in the game is going to get this offense flowing and get his game going. He missed last week. We get him back in the lineup, and teams find out pretty quickly he's a tough guy to bring down too. So definitely a guy you want to get active early and often. So first down for the Wolverines. Pindell handed it off. Narut with a good run. And he's still going for a gain of about 9.
The ball carrier.
Hard-nosed run by Naru. That's what you want to see out of Westwood. I love that they're establishing the run early and sticking with it, too. You don't want to give up on it just because you're down 7 points. You know, you stick with that run, keep it established, keep it going. You're controlling the line of scrimmage right now, and you see Westwood's driving.
Yep. They're moving the ball nicely. Some good balance. 2nd and 1 for the Wolverines. This is where you might see a shot for the end zone. 4 down territory, 2nd and 1. Everyone's expecting run. They go with run. And it's looked like it was close to the line.
Senjic, the ball carrier.
And we'll see where they play, where
they
spot it.
Gonna be close, but I think it's still gonna be a 3rd down here. I think we're gonna look at 3rd and 1.
No gain on the play, 3rd down
like
and
I said,
1.
4 down territory.
A little classic Tom Brady style QB sneak here. See what Ty Pindell's got.
Well, you definitely want to protect the quarterback. When you got a guy like Senjic who's not going to shy away from contact, I like those chances. So 3rd down and 1. Snap to Pindell, hands it off to Senjic. Working his way to the outside, and it looks like
Senjic, the ball carrier.
Same, right on the marker, and still about a yard short. So going to be 4th and 1.
No gain on the play. 4th down and 1.
I think
they're going for it.
They're gonna go for it. We got 15 seconds. I think they're gonna try to go to see if they can get them to jump off sides again here, or they might just let the clock run down. I think they're gonna let the clock run down.
They're gonna use the timeout. Oh no, yeah, they are. You're right. So they're gonna let the clock run. That is gonna be the end of the first quarter. So after 1 quarter, Malden Catholic up 7-0 on the Wolverines. We'll be right back for the start of the second quarter.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. It is 4th and 1. We're kicking off the start of the second quarter. Wolverines got Senjic in the backfield. Looking to get the first down here to keep the drive going.
Malden Catholic expects to run. Watch the outside. They can get a quick pass off.
And Pindell looking up the far side, and that pass is deflected by number 8, Jeremiah Figaro. It was a great play. He has been very active so far, not only on the defensive side, but had that big catch on their touchdown drive last time they had the ball. So that is going to be a turnover on downs. Ball is going to get back in the hands of Malden Catholic, and they're going to have it going the other way, right on the, looks like the 29-yard line.
Malden Catholic appeared to anticipate that as well. I saw it right at the very end. There's a lot of guys loading up the box and not a lot on the outside. It's a good read by Pindell, good idea, but just when you have 5-6 guys rushing you that quickly, one of them's bound to get a hand on it.
Yeah, I like the play call because no one's really expecting that. But that's a great play by number 8. I mean, he's a difference maker. He's about 6'5". He's got a big wingspan too, so able to get a hand on it makes a difference. Now Malden Catholic trying to run it near side. Wolverines doing a good job of keeping it to a minimal gain of about 2. Forced out of bounds by, looks like number 14, Peter Holmesy, as well as 59, Corrigan on the play. Mercier, the quarterback, he's a dual threat. He can throw it. He can run it.
There is a gain of 5
That
on the
is
play,
difficult to
2nd and
defend
5.
when you got about 5 guys
Lancers from
in the
their
skill
own
position, running back
34-yard
included,
line.
who can really score large touchdowns very quickly.
We were watching him in the warm-up too. He has an arm. He's a guy you have to watch, and even on his game film, he can throw it, he can pass it, or he can run it. You know, he's one of those guys.
There
He's
he
going
goes.
to run it right here.
Mercier looking to run it. He's going up the middle, and he gets the first down. So about a gain of 7 gets the first down. Malden Catholic. From Malden Catholic, and then to move the chains.
You know, you also have a lot of threats on the outside as well, and you have Trayvon Turner as a running back. You know, you open up the gameplay for Mercier as well. You know, he has options. He could run it, but if he doesn't like any of his reads, and he's quick. We just saw it right there. He is a fast runner. So, you know, the game really opens up too, and he has a lot of big bodies up front on the line. So, you know, this Malden Catholic offense is going to start humming here.
Mercier in shotgun, hands it off to Fearmount, heading off to the left side. He's got some room. Gets the first down and some, and then hit out of bounds by the Wolverines. Looks like number 20. Nope. Hard to see the numbers.
Darren Fleurmont, the ball carrier.
Get a number on that. Was that Will Sesselman?
Might have been Sesselman. I didn't have
Will Sesselman on the play, knocking him out of bounds. But gain for Malden Catholic. The first down now on Westwood's 35-yard line.
1st and 10, Lancers at the Westwood 35.
So first down for Malden Catholic on the 35. Up 7-0 here in the second quarter. Wolverines looking to get a stop. Handoff, and Mercier gonna go with the keeper. And nice tackle there by number 50 for the Wolverines, Mike Zafiropoulos.
That's what you need to do if you're Westwood. You know, the big thing right now is Malden Catholic's kind of running all over the field, and they're getting to the outside. When they get to the outside, they're dangerous, especially when you have speed. So, you know, we're going to see probably the Wolverines adjust and try to stop the run a little more.
That is a great open field tackle by Zafiropoulos. That's one of the hardest things to do in football is an open field tackle, and he did that beautifully versus a very talented Mercier. Let's bring up 2nd and 8. Mercier in shotgun formation, and he's looking to throw. He's working his way to the near side. Chased down by McDonald, forces a throw, takes a couple bounces, and then incomplete.
Mercier's pass
But great effort there by Keelan McDonald, was chasing him down, forced a throw, and almost intercepted. Took a couple bounces and then hit the turf. But that's going to bring up a 3rd and 8.
Big 3rd down for Westwood's defense here. You know, can you stop them and hold them to a 4th down? They were in 4-down territory as well. I can see Malden Catholic being aggressive. But what's unique about this team is we were watching in warm-ups, their kicker has range.
He does, yeah.
So they can also go for a field goal if you stop them here. But the big thing is you got to stop them.
Where's April? There she is. Get those tickets now while you can.
Mercier takes a snap, looking to pass, throwing near side, caught. Wolverines trying to tackle and able to get a couple additional yards on the outside. I think it's going to be 4th down. It is. By how much? We'll see. About 2 yards, so 4th and 2.
So if you're Malden Catholic, this is a unique situation. 4th and 2, you could easily get it here, or do you take the points and do you? Right, it looks like we're going to get a timeout.
Official timeout.
So
it looks like it's closer to 4th and 1. They might do a measurement here just to
keep a track on that.
Show you what it is down and distance-wise. It looks like it's less, maybe even less than a yard. So it's going to bring up a big play. You know, we're going to probably see a tush push.
We're looking at probably incoming. Like 4th and inches. I'm zoomed on where the football is, and it's right on the line. It's like just behind it. And I think you're going to see the chain gang come out. Yep. We're going to see it come out. It might be a 1st down here, honestly.
Which I don't see. I mean, when they spotted that ball, it looks like at least a yard and a half. That's why I was saying 4th and 2.
We're watching. And it looks like it's going to be a first down.
Wow. That was a Malden Catholic spot.
10, Malden Catholic at the Westwood 25-yard line.
That extra, you know, maneuverability was the difference.
No, yeah, I mean, it's this thing too. He was on the sideline and he was able to spin back in and actually get an extra yard with his body. So, it's that maneuverability and that agility for the Malden Catholic receiver that got that extra
Every yard
yard.
matters.
And it's a game of inches at points, and we saw it right there. It was a close spot, but if Westwood got him out of bounds a little sooner, it might be a 4th down, and then we're talking about what they do here in this situation. But Westwood defense is starting to slow them up a little bit. Let's see what.
Mercier looking to throw. He's got no one there. A little miscommunication
Mercier's pass
for Julian
incomplete.
Rodriguez. He looks like he didn't
Second
finish
down,
his route, where
10.
Rodriguez thought it was going to be more of a hitch route, and Mercier thought, or was thinking more of a slant or a post route, but that's going to bring up 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10 for the Wolverines. See if the Wolverines can take advantage of miscommunication there. Free down. And they're going 3 receivers up top, 1 down low. Keep an eye on the 1 down low. It is number 8, Figaro. He's a big kid, and they send receiver in motion, and it goes to Figaro. He's looking to get outside. He's able to evade 1 tackle, but then a couple tacklers jump in to make the play. Zafiropoulos.
Pass complete to Jeremiah Figaro.
And it looks like Will Sesselman and I think Peter Mills in around the play as well.
Keelan McDonald as well, I believe, was in there.
Okay.
Maybe I'm wrong.
Hard to see when you,
You
see
might-
the pile.
it is
You don't
hard to
know
see.
who was doing
A
what.
gain
So
of
I
1 on the
going after
play.
the names in the pile, but
3rd down.
3rd down and 9.
9.
Big 3rd down for the
That's about
Wolverines. It is
24.
most likely 4th down territory here, and like we said, might see a field goal. We saw 2 talented field goal kickers. Mercier gets the snap. He's heading up the far side, finds a receiver, but tackled out of bounds by the Wolverines. That is tackled by Narawut Kamala
Mercier's
Ratanapi
pass
Boom.
complete to number 9,
That's a
Andrew
great
Noble.
range by the middle linebacker, able to track him down
Tackled
and
by Kamala
make sure he
Ratanapi
tackled
Boom.
him before he's able to turn up the field. Going to bring up a 4th down, so big play here. It looks like it's going to be,
Looks like they're going for it.
yeah, and it looks like, not a field goal attempt, but looking to gain the 1st down.
I like
It
the
is
aggression.
4th down and
Touchdown.
5.
Malden Catholic offensively is in control of the game.
Up
you know?
7, they're feeling like they're playing with house money, but big opportunity here for Westwood. You get the stop, you get a little momentum going. Mercier going to keep it, looking up the middle, and he is short
Mercier on
by the
keeper.
far side official's spot, and it's going to be a Westwood 1st down. So turnover on downs and a big play by the Westwood defense there.
That's huge for the Westwood defense. Malden Catholic had been driving. They drove pretty much down the field. They've had control this entire quarter. We're now at 8 minutes left in the game, but the half, excuse me. But for Westwood to get that stop there is big. That swings momentum back to you, and now it's time for the offense to come out and show what they got. I like the passing that we've seen out of Pindell. I like the running by Senjik. I think, establish the run early and go to your play action. That's been working for Westwood to get them driving down the field.
They haven't tried any real deep threats yet. We did see the pass to McGowan, and he was just out of bounds. But, test the Malden Catholic defense. They're in cover 3 right now, so there's some room on the outsides. I like our athletes. I hand off to Senjik. He gets tackled right around the line of scrimmage. Looks like it's going to be no gain.
The ball carrier.
A nice play there by a host of tacklers from Malden Catholic. They're a big physical defense. They
Stop
stack
for no
that
gain
box.
At the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10.
We've seen Pindell take a couple shots downfield. Beauregard, excuse me. And on the 2nd drive, we saw a couple shots to him as well, deep on the sideline that were just out of bounds. So I could expect to see a shot here deep,
Yeah, I think when you get O'Malley in the mix too, watch that seam. That seam is a very comfortable place, and I see O'Malley working his way into the seam, and a pass downfield, and that's a little bit too much on that one to McGowan,
Incomplete.
which is incomplete. It's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10.
Intended for Teddy McGowan. 3rd and 10 coming.
But I like
Ladies and
their
gentlemen, once again, must
I like their
announce here that
chances
I
with
have
a
been
cover
handed
3
set of car
setup.
keys. Please check that you have your car keys. Somebody is
Cover
missing
3.
theirs.
Corners are going to cover the deep 3rd. The safety is going to cover the deep middle.
Your car keys.
But,
Thank you.
you can really get things going when you're running, crossing patterns. You're doing post corners. If you get that time, in which Pindell typically does with the great line in front of him, you can really do some damage. Pass by Pindell, and that is picked off. Picked off by number 2 from Malden Catholic, Anthony Wadland, and he's still going. And he's going to be tackled
Pindel's pass is intercepted
by
Anthony
Keelan
Wadland.
McDonald. And Malden Catholic's going to have the ball basically where they left it,
Wadland is tackled
right
by
around
Keelan
the
McDonald.
22-yard line.
There's a flag on the play.
That ball looked like it was just overthrown to one of the receivers, and
Yes.
Wadland was there to make the play.
The intended receiver was McDonald, and it just got through his hands. Might have been a hair too high for him, and Malden Catholic just
So,
a great
Evan,
field
there's a
position.
flag, and they're going over the Westwood sideline, which is typically a good sign.
And you see,
Oh, it's a personal foul, so no. It's going to be after the interception. So after the interception,
Penalty against Malden Catholic at the end of the play. Personal foul.
which is going to bring it back, which is helpful, but, the interception still counts.
helps with field position, but like you said,
15-yard
they still have
penalty
possession,
after the
and you put your
interception.
defense back on.
It's a first and
Not a
10
lot of rest for the
Malden
defense,
Yeah.
but
At the
this is
Westwood
a
37-yard line.
built defense, and they've been starting to stand strong against this Malden Catholic offense. So, be interested to see if the defense can hold strong here as well. And turnovers are a big part of the game. We saw that last week with the Patriots.
Yeah.
If you're Westwood, can you get another Can you get a turnover here and get one for yourself? Usually whoever controls turnovers is whoever's winning the game.
Mercier looking up far sideline and catches
Mercier's
receiver
pass
Anthony
complete
Wadland
to
for a gain of about
Wadland.
10. Wadland went from interception to then making a 10-yard reception there on offense. So
A gain of 11 on the play, first and
or
10.
a threat on both sides of the ball for MC.
Lancers at the Westwood 26-yard line.
That's a first down, so 1st and 10. We got Richie Granada here, a legend in the golf and softball community, also real estate, by the way. And Mercier looking on a little screen pass. He's looking up the far sideline, and another gain of about 9 tackled by the Wolverines. We do have a flag. I think it might be something after the play.
A little extracurricular going on.
Trevon Turner
A gain of about
tackled, and there's a flag on the play.
about 9. Or they say first down, but see what the flag was for. So it's a USA theme tonight here at Flay Hive. So a lot of colors, red, white, and blue in the stands. A personal foul. That's going to be on Westwood, so that's going to move the ball even closer to the end zone. It'll be half the distance, which is going to be inside the 10, right on the, looks like the 9-yard line. First down, Malden Catholic.
Penalty against the Wolverines after the play. There's a first and goal, Malden Catholic. At the
Malden
Westwood
Catholic with good opportunity here, looking to add to their 7-0 lead. Mercier. He's got the receiver in motion. Ball hits the turf, picks it up. He's looking to run it up the near side, tucks it, and he's tackled right around the
Mercier,
2-yard
ball
line,
carrier.
tackled by
Knocked
Narawood,
down by Brendan
and
Senjic.
also knocked out by Brendan Senjic. So that was a fumble that turned into about a 6-7 yard gain. They take it to the 2-yard line. Going to bring up a second down.
Ball spotted
2
at
yards.
the 2-yard line, second and goal.
Great recovery by Malden Catholic. They turned what could have been a disaster into a positive gain for yards, and they're two yards away from the goal. So.
2nd and 2 for pay dirt. So 2nd and goal for Malden Catholic. Keep an eye on Mercier. Got a runner in motion. They're looking to do a
There's
jet
no play.
sweep.
There's a
And it
flag.
looked like it might have been a false start on offense. We'll get confirmation, which will be helpful.
It is
Move
a
that
false
back
start
about 5.
against
There we
the
go.
Lancers.
Let's bring up a 2nd and 7.
Timely penalty for the Wolverines. Back them up a little
5-yard
bit.
penalty brings up second and goal. Malden Catholic at the Westwood 7-yard line.
You saw them going for a jet sweep there, run
Yeah.
play. I expect to see probably a run play here, and if they can't get any yard gains, you force them to maybe take a shot in the
Yeah.
air. So, it opens your defense up a little bit here.
Wow, so I got an update from Tom Lydon. Westwood took the first set 25-22 at Bellingham, which Bellingham is top 10 in the state right now. Mercier's got some room, looking to get the corner of the end zone, and he does. Touchdown, Malden Catholic on the Mercier 7-yard touchdown run.
7-yard touchdown run.
That was great vision there by Mercier. I didn't know if he had the angle, but he just put the jets on and made the angle.
That's the that's the thing we've seen from Mercier all night tonight. He's a dual threat quarterback, and he's started to actually implement more running into his game. Early on we were seeing passing. He really wasn't going to the outside. Now that he's gotten comfortable in this game and they're not playing ahead, he's breaking out those run options. We've seen a couple of great options out of the Malden Catholic offense, and it starts to open that game up for him. So, I expect to see him use his legs a little more throughout this game. But
Ladies and gentlemen,
Malden Catholic's
Westwood
offense is humming right now.
Home game and player of the game sponsor is Supreme Development. Family-owned Supreme Development specializes in construction.
Malden Catholic going to kick it off. We have 5 minutes and 33 seconds remaining here in the half.
Since founding in 2000,
the big thing too right now is if you're Westwood, can you get something on offense happening and get out of the offense? Maybe a 7-point game.
Yeah, you got to get on the board.
Getting on the board's big. If you can get into the halftime with a touchdown, this is a much more manageable game. Right now, you're playing completely behind. You haven't gotten into the red zone yet. The big thing if you're Westwood is can you start to get something and come away with some points? You don't want to let this get too out of hand. This is a team that we've seen in halves score 35 points. They are a strong team. So to keep it close, keep it within, game, and to score some points is to carry some momentum into the second half, and, you're not playing as behind.
When you're moving the ball, you're keeping the ball out of their hands. But also, Malden Catholic's going to get the kickoff in the second half, so you got to get something. You got to get on the board. And the kickoff being returned by Petrus. Picks it up. He gets it to... It's like right around the 16, 17-yard line, and able to advance it to the 20. So some good fight there to add an additional 5 yards. Ryan, we called his name during the baseball season. Very impressive pitcher.
Great first game, too.
Yeah, versus Norton. Remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah.
This kid's got some zip. I think he might have pitched a complete game, or was at least one inning away from a complete game, but it was a...
it was 1 inning away. I think he got pulled in the 5th inning, and they let, I believe, Martin finish the game, if I remember correctly. So
yes, I think you're right. Yeah.
A good game for him, but he's going to be big on the mound this year. He looks to have a much bigger position. Guys like Luke Chandler gone. I believe Martin's also gone. So there's some openings for pitcher on the Westwood baseball team, and I would expect to see a lot of Petrus this season.
First down and 10 for the Wolverines on their own 20. Handoff going to go to Narwoot. He gets downhill and gets about 5. Right back to the running game for the Wolverines.
Westwood going to start to play their 4-minute offense here. I think you're going to see a lot of runs. You're going to see them try to keep it in bounds and keep this clock running, because the last thing you want to do is if you can get down and score, you don't want to give Malden Catholic the ball back with 2 minutes. This is a fast offense, and they could go down and score as well. So you want to run the clock a little bit here.
Narwood again. He's going to run it near side. Cuts it back. Able to get an additional few yards there. Going to be close to the marker. And it is a first down, which will extend the chains. So 2 runs, back-to-back runs. Run of 6 and then a run of about another 6 to get the Wolverine first down and start to get some rhythm going for Westwood. They had it, later in the first quarter, the second quarter, but looking to take that in for pay dirt and a touchdown if they can to get on the board and cut Malden Catholic's 14-0 lead. Snap to Pindell, hand off to Senjic. Nice cut back. He's got some room. He's working downhill and gets about 6. So 3 runs in a row. 6 yards, 6 yards, 6 yards. Wolverines getting some great flow going.
A gain of 4 on the play, second down.
So second and about 5. Again to Senjic. And he takes a hit, still going. It looked like there was potential hand on the face mask, but no call out there. But good gain for Senjik to get Westwood to within about a yard for the first down. So 3rd and 2,
42-yard line,
3rd and 1
It is
for the
3rd down
Wolverines.
and 1.
It's funny, the placement starts at 2 yards and then it works to 1, so you don't know what the down and distance is until right basically before the snap. And the handoff to Narwoot, and he gets the first down. Still going, run on the feet, gets across the 50-yard line and gets the fans at Flay Hive on their feet.
Malden Catholic.
That's the type of hard-nosed running you need if you're Westwood right now. Start running the clock, but keep controlling this game. We talked about it earlier. Game's won in the trenches. And Naru right now is carrying the Wolverines on his back.
Setting the damn tone, getting the fans going. You hear at home and want to get them loud. That's a way to do it. A big run there, physical run gets the first down for the Wolverines. And they got to go play action. Going the other way is Pindell, gets rid of it, finds, and just missed on the connection with Teddy McGowan. Oh, is that Murphy O'Malley? Okay. Saw the 7. It's hard to see the cross field, the numbers.
When they're close to us, it's a little easier.
There's a little play action bootleg there. I like that look, because that's what happens when you start running the ball. Typically, those passes are wide open.
Yeah.
Because you got to respect that run.
Right. Well, we've seen
Catch 'em
this
snoozing.
drive, run, pass. That was the first pass this drive. So, I like that out of Westwood's offense. Keep them on their toes.
2nd down and 10. Wolverines going on 2, so good discipline there by Malden Catholic, not staying on side. Senjik getting some more yards.
That's going to be close. That could be. We're looking at 3rd and 1, potentially first
That
down.
was
Not
a
sure.
good 9 yards there. He is getting his game going. And Evan, correct me if I'm wrong, he looks like Drew Donegan out there. And the number 3 with the sleeve and the tape on the arm.
Well,
looks like
right
Drew
now,
Donegan 2.0.
Right now he's making Donegan proud. Donegan was a hard-nosed football player. He could take a hit, and Senjik right now is carrying that number 3 legacy.
Good discipline by the Wolverines. They were going on 2 on the cadence, and then Senjik downhill. He gets the first down. I'm going to move the chains. Clock is continuing to run. We are at 2 minutes, 19 seconds, which stops on the first down. They reset it
Down to the 31-yard
as
line.
they move the sticks.
The gain is enough for
I think we have a
another
timeout.
Wolverines.
Now we got a timeout called on the field by Malden Catholic. And we're going to talk through this.
So, love what I'm seeing out of Westwood's offense. They're starting to find their rhythm. They're starting to find the run game is really what's going to be carrying this team. Right now Malden Catholic's kind of on their heels defensively.
All right, Dan.
Westwood's really been establishing that run.
Kicker.
That's the thing. Senjik and Narut, they're hard-nosed runners. That's kind of what you need to open your offense. The passing game was we were getting some good pass plays, but wasn't really quite working.
It's a little bit off.
It's a little off.
The routes and the timing and all that.
Seen a couple drops. We've seen a couple missed up routes.
Yeah,
So-
if your hands are on it, you got to catch them,
right, attention,
and
Dan. If
had a
your
couple
ticket
drops,
number
but
for the field
hey,
goal
it's part of these big
contest is
games,
666.
we've all dropped them.
But this
and
is-
we're,
But what's good about this
Head
too
down
is
to
this
the
is
field
settling
at
down the
halftime.
Westwood
6-6.
offense. Okay, listen,
Nothing
we're
on this there.
settle
6-6,
down,
0-4,
put the drops
3.
behind you. Let's get something going on offense and
That is
establish
the
some
winning
momentum.
field goal
And what I can
contest.
see happening here is, once they start to establish momentum, you might see them start to go that well again. Let's get another pass in here. I can see a pass even right here, 1st and 10. They're probably expecting a run. You could see a play action here.
First down and 10 for the Wolverines. Ball on the 30. Pindell on the snap. Hands it off to Narwoot, and he gets another chunk of yards. Call it 4.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Keep
The run
going.
game's working, and respect to see what Pindell's going through.
When you do this though,
Stick
too,
with.
Evan, it's like a
Gain of 5 on the
10-round
play,
boxing
2nd
match.
and 5.
When you just pound, you're beating up. But also, if you look at the Malden Catholic D-line, and you look at also their skill guys, these are the same guys we're calling on offense. So
Right.
these are long drives that are going to just drain the energy and make it difficult. So, Coach Pindell playing the long game here as well. 2nd down and 6. Narwood again. And he's tackled right around the line of scrimmage.
Minute 32 on the
gain.
clock here.
Yeah, see what Wolverines do if they're going to take a timeout themselves to stop the clock and
They should have.
come up with a couple plays.
I believe they have. No, that was an injury timeout we had called earlier.
Yeah.
So they have all 3.
Loss of 1 on the play, 3rd
The
down.
big thing
6.
here is you want to get this.
So they're going to pass here. They have to.
Yep.
Minute and 10. unless they do a run and call a quick timeout, but I'd essentially think pass. Yep, we're looking pass. Pindell looking in the middle, looking for O'Malley, and
Ty Pindell's pass
incomplete.
It's
Going to bring up 4th down and 6.
Stops the clock for the Wolverines,
Yep. You still got to convert here, but
again, relay
it's,
race teams
you know what, 4th down and 6 is something they've been doing. You know, they did a bunch of times on the road versus West Bridgewater, so they're very comfortable with 4th down, even with a little distance.
Yeah.
Field goal kicking contest. Den, the ticket you were handed. The winner is number 6.
You got Ty Pindell as your quarterback. 4th and 10, 4th and 15 is comfortable. He can sling it. He can find guys.
He's got an arm, and when he has time, he's making great reads.
So 4th down and 6. Pindell looking up at the near sideline. Caught by Teddy McGowan. Makes a move and tackled inside the 10-yard line for a big gain for the Westwood Wolverines.
Clock is stopped. I would imagine that we got a timeout called here down on the field, and it looks like we do.
Yep, they're going to move the chains, and then the clock restarts, which I think Westwood will call a timeout themselves. But a big catch by Teddy Ballgame McGowan. Teddy Ballgame, in reference to Teddy McGowan, terrific baseball player for the Wolverines.
Home run hitter.
Home run hitter. I think it was just
Oh, that wasn't McGowan.
doubles hitter. That was Burl and also Bertone.
I'll bet McGowan's going to be.
He's got home run power.
He's got home run
Oh, yeah.
power. I think we'll see it this upcoming season.
He's
on the
a
baseball
sure-handed
team.
third baseman. He is a great singles double hitter. Finds his way on the base, and he is doing that as a freshman. Pretty darn impressive. Teddy Ballgame McGowan with a big-time reception there when it mattered big time for the Wolverines. 4th down and 6 with under a minute. So Wolverines going to have the ball on the 7-yard line. 1st down, looking to cut into Malden Catholic's 14-0 lead. Get some momentum to close out the half. Malden Catholic's going to get the ball to start off the second half, but this is how you punch back in a dogfight.
A big thing for Westwood is, can you hang with a team like this? Malden Catholic up a division. This is a tough team, and you got Narut in the backfield next to Pindell. I expect to see him get the ball here on first and goal.
Yeah, you got the timeouts. No, they're going with the pass. They're looking up the middle to O'Malley, and that is incomplete. Malden Catholic players saying that it's picked off. It looked like it hit the ground. Yeah, they're going to say incomplete, but 2 officials near side are going to
discuss
converse.
it. It was close. I didn't have a great look at it, but
2nd and goal.
Yeah, going to be incomplete. So that is confirmed. 2nd down in goal on the 7.
6-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like the 6-yard line. The
I like the
scoreboard
shot
says
though.
7.
They had O'Malley on the crossing route.
That's a good look.
there, and
Yeah.
it was a good look. It's just
Yeah.
out of his hands, and it'd be interesting to see what Westwood does here. Throw on 1st down. What do you do on 2nd?
I think you throw again. Maybe a little play out of the backfield. We'll see. Pindell on the snap, and he's going to roll out. A little play action. Throw, and he finds Keelan McDonald for the touchdown.
Complete to Keelan McDonald. Touchdown, Wolverines.
McDonald has
6-yard
touchdowns in
touchdown
all
pass.
3 games.
McDonald.
He had, I believe, 2 touchdowns in the West Bridgewater game. I think he had 2 touchdowns again in the Bellingham game, and he's got a touchdown here in the Malden Catholic game, and he gets Westwood on the board. Big time score for the Wolverines to get some momentum before the end of the first half. Much needed touchdown for the Wolverines, and some great rhythm shown there on offense.
We talked about that before at the start of this drive. Can you get some points out of this and get some momentum? That's big for Westwood. That puts them right back in this ball game. And yes, Malden Catholic's going to get the ball at the start of the half, but you have this game within 7. Be interesting to see what Malden Catholic does here. Do they just take a knee and take it into the half, or do they try something here? Their offense is humming, and they have a good offense. Be interesting to see what they do here if they try to go down and get some points, even if it's 3. That makes it a two-score ball game. So
Evan, let's get a pan if we can over to the Westwood section over here. So the USA, I see a Micah Ruzioni.
A little bit of it.
I see a Micah Ruzioni jersey down there. That has got to be my player of the game, or fan of the game.
I got the Aruzzi.
If you got a Micah Ruzioni jersey when it comes to USA theme, you have won, folks.
Morgan, I see a Bledsoe jersey I'm going to as well.
I see a Stevenson jersey.
I saw a little Jordan Humphrey jersey for the Patriots,
Wow.
which is a really
yes,
probably one of the most one of the most unique jerseys I think I've seen.
That's like finding a Scott Zolak jersey. You see them every now and then, but I think they've kind of
Gone by the wayside.
they're breathing new life to them. You know, with the legend that Zolak is these days.
Yeah.
You're starting to see them come up a little bit more, especially those old powder, powder blue jerseys.
90s
Hats.
ones,
Yeah. Kickoff for the Wolverines.
The Wolverines going to kick it off. 42 seconds remaining here in the first half. Bertone on the kick. A little chip. Takes a funky bounce, then returned. It looked like it was odd. They were calling for a fair catch, but you got to catch that in the air. And a little miscommunication, but
Number 14,
it's
Patrick
a
McGaffigan.
MC ball right around the 35. It was a good kick by Bertone. He kind of just found that dead area.
First and 10 Lancers.
Took a funky bounce, but I think the officials are talking because that was an interesting play where it looks like the player calls for a fair catch. And if you catch that, you can't touch him.
Right.
But and
They have
Hobbs,
the
he picks it up and he's
There's a penalty flag. They're gonna
because he picks that up and he's expecting, okay, I called a fair catch.
There's a fair catch
but
violation penalty against Malden
but you
Catholic.
can't do that if you don't catch it.
Right.
And Westwood kind of held back a little bit because you don't want to tackle someone who is like a defenseless player. Is that a 15-yard penalty?
Right,
So-
and that gives Malden Catholic a chance to do something. But this helps Westwood out a bit. You push them back even more, and now you're forcing them to really, if they're going to try to get something here, if they're going to try to score some points and go into the half, you're going to force them to drive a little further now. So.
Yep. So
You
what
know,
do you see? Do they try and get the ball downfield? They got guys who can kick long field goals. They got 39 seconds on there, and they're just going to hand it off right up the middle. So they're just going to look to take this into the first half, and they're going to get the ball to kick off or to open up the second half. And that's what they're looking to do as the clock is inside 30 seconds.
First year of the ball carrier.
But as we've mentioned in all the sports we've covered, Evan, when you
Three on the play,
score a
second down and
touchdown
7.
or you score a goal at the end of a quarter or at the end of a half, you have all that time to think about it. So momentum on Westwood's side to go into the first half, even being down 7, that was a great job by the Wolverines on that series, and that is going to be the end of the first half. Malden Catholic up 14-7 after one half. They're going to get the kickoff to start the second half. We're going to take a break here, folks. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Football. We'll be right back for the second half.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks.
And again.
Almost ready to kick off the second half here. Malden Catholic up 14-7 on the Wolverines. But the Wolverines with a fantastic drive towards the end of the second quarter, first half,
Hear any screams?
to cut into that 14-0 lead
I know I do.
on a Keelan McDonald touchdown reception. It's a nice
No
little
screams for the winning ticket.
it was a play action
Be good.
mini bootleg by Pendel found McDonald in the end zone to get Westwood on the board and really change the game. The game was, kind of being dictated in the first half by Malden Catholic. Their defense was really in a groove. They were, stopping the run and then had timely third down stops Westwood was able to move the ball a little bit, but they moved it terrific on that drive there to move it, I think, from their own 30 all the way down 70 yards for the touchdown.
Yeah, the big thing too now is, okay, your offense has finally found some momentum. You're in control there, but you know, you got to defensively now, can you stop them here? You know, you don't want to give up let them come out and get a touchdown here early in the second half.
Wolverines will be kicking off to begin
You want to
the
make
second
sure you
half.
can,
Jonathan Bertone is
you know,
in.
hold them. Can you get a turnover? Can you stop them, get a 3 and out, and get the ball back, and then maybe go down and tie this up? You know, that's the big thing now. Okay, you're still a 1-score game, but you got to tie it. So for the Wolverines, the big key for this second half is going to be defense. Defense is what's going to win this game for you if you're the Wolverines. But your offense is starting to find its rhythm.
So, Evan, the update in the Bellingham volleyball game, Westwood took the first set, Bellingham took the second set. So we'll keep everyone updated on that as Bertone kicks off here. A little chip shot to kick off the second half. It's heading towards the sideline. It is going to go out of bounds, which they will place it about 7 yards up on the 40. And that's where Malden Catholic is going to start, going left to right across the screen.
We have a winner, Joseph Farrell of Westwood.
Joe Farrell of Westwood, the 50-50 winner.
50 of it. Thank you so much.
Jay is looking for a tip.
Outstanding. Thank you.
Which I think he's earned it.
Congratulations, Joe.
I'd say
Thank you,
so.
everybody. Westwood Gridiron, thanks you
He's
all
been
for your
volunteering
support.
his time and effort for nearly 30 years. Pretty damn impressive volunteerism for the town of Westwood for Jay Risha, class of 1993 at Westwood High School. You can catch the podcast episode of the Wolverine Report we did with him over the summer. It was a great one. A lot of fun catching up.
This is our first game with him too this year. We, you know, Brendan Reeves took over for volleyball.
Yes, it's been too long.
It's been a little bit. It has. You know, we haven't seen him since really, truthfully, I think basketball.
Yeah, all is right in the world when you were back in the booth with Jay Risha. So Malden Catholic gonna take over the ball. It looks like it's not just inside the 40, so on the 38. It's gonna be handed off and tackled in the backfield by the Wolverines.
It's exactly what you need if you're the Wolverines.
And that is 59, Jack Corrigan with the tackle. And that is a no gain on the play. It looked like it might have originally been a tackle for loss, but what a play. Got downhill and able to make the tackle for no gain.
Corrigan's had a couple big, you know, tackles there where it's no gain, hold him at the line, and you know he's been making some open field tackles. He's been big for the Wolverines on defense.
Yeah, D-line are doing a good job of holding on to their blocks to allow Corrigan to get downhill and fill that hole. Passing play here from Malden Catholic. Mercier looking to scramble and throws it downfield, but no receiver there.
Mercier's pass is incomplete.
Incomplete. Second down, which is now going to be a 3rd down and 10. Good job by the Wolverines. The secondary did a terrific job, nowhere to go.
This is the exact sort of defensive start you wanted for the Wolverines. A 3rd and 10 situation, got good field position.
And we have a penalty on Malden Catholic. And it's going to bring the ball back unless
The penalty is against
coach
Malden
declined it.
Catholic.
I think they accepted it, so it's going to bring the ball back 10 yards and be
It's a
2nd
10-yard
down and
penalty.
20. I like the call by Pindell to accept it, because now you're forcing the team 2nd and 20 to kind of, it's an uncomfortable situation. You almost try to force things sometimes, which this is where you see interceptions.
I mean, on this side of the field too, if they don't get a 1st down, they only have 2 plays. They're going to be punting here on 4th. It's kind of a risky
Wadland,
play.
we saw this on film where he goes out and then back in motion. He picks up about 8.
Still going to be a 3rd and long here,
Yeah.
so you know they're going to have to. You're still forcing Malden Catholic to be perfect here.
Yeah, we saw that play a few times on film where Wadland will go in motion, set as a running back, and then as soon as the ball is snapped, he'll go out in a little flare route. They'll give it to him in space. Terrific athlete and able to get his feet moving and do some good things, but Wolverines able to do a good job. Only a gain of about 8 there to bring up a 3rd down and 11. Big opportunity here as both teams looking to keep momentum swinging for either side. Corrigan up the middle, gets a leg and able to get away is Mercier, then tracked down by McDonald for the sack. Keelan McDonald with the sack and a loss of about 12. And the Wolverines Get the 3 and out. Big play for the Wolverines. It's not just a play to force a punt, but a momentum swinging play where not only when you get the ball back, you got some pep in your step.
22.
Massive.
You got to give
defensive
credit
play.
to Corrigan. He disrupted it. He got in the backfield and got a hand on Mercier. And then McDonald
Norwood
was able to get in there and make a big
and
play.
Keelan
How many times have we
back
called
deep
his
to
name on big
Wolverines.
plays? He's only a junior, too. He got big over the
Lorenzo
offseason,
Soyo
too.
with the
Added to that frame that he had last year. And the crazy thing is, you know, he's a D lineman, but we're seeing him at wide receiver
Touchdown at the 30-yard line.
and, you know, getting a
First and
step
10.
on cornerbacks, too. So just a freak athlete,
Well, you know,
is
that's-
Keelan McDonald.
That's sort of that Micah Parsons type of build right there. You know, you got speed as a defensive on the edge, and when you have speed, you can see how that disrupts a game. And Keelan McDonald had that speed. You know, Mercier is a fast quarterback. We talked about his dual threat ability throughout this game. But it doesn't start if Corrigan doesn't disrupt that pass. He got Mercier off his game, and he tried to scramble out, but Keelan McDonald was there. Great position, great timing. And you know, that's why you see him playing wideout, too. He has that speed.
Wolverines offense going to start with it on the 30. Down 7, looking to tie this thing up. They had great momentum to close out the first half. 70-yard drive by the Wolverines, and they're going passing right off the get-go. They got McGowan. Ball goes in his hands and out as he's hit by number 2, Anthony Wadland on the play. That was a beautiful pass by Pindell.
Defended by Anthony Wadland.
I like
Second and
that
10.
look there. That first down, looking downfield.
From their own 30.
You have the momentum on your side. That was a good look.
That's the second time we've seen that play too tonight. I know we saw it earlier in the first half. You know, McGowan had a 2-on-1 opportunity. It was right there. It's just a little too hot of a throw, but I like them continue to take that same shot. We're going to see that play work later on in this game. I can
I
feel
think they're
it.
going to come back to it. Hand off to Senjik. Trying to curl it up the near side, and a big hit there on the near sideline
The ball carrier.
after a well-earned gain of about 5. Hard-fought 5 yards there by Senjik.
It's 3rd and 5 for the Wolverines. You know, you're going to want to, you know, continue to go here. I think you're going to see a run. You know, the run's been working well for the Wolverines. I think they're going to go back to that well. If not run, we're going to see a play action here.
A gain of 5 on the
We
play.
will
It is
see
3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5 for the
At
Wolverines.
their own 35.
Dell takes a snap, looking downfield, passing, caught, inbounds, first down for Teddy McGowan.
Teddy McGowan at the 40.
Teddy ball game, moving the sticks for the Wolverines, and a great catch, great pass. That was to Teddy, and only Teddy could get an opportunity on that. The defender for Malden Catholic was trying to jump in front of that, but it was too far outside. Beautiful pass and a beautiful reception by the Wolverines on that connection. Hand off to Narwood. He's running hard. He's got 4, looking to get
Narwood.
5.
Kamoratana Pagun, the ball carrier.
And, you know, the thing about Teddy ball game there is that he's stepping up big in this game.
Up the
You
middle
know,
for a
Westwood's
gain of
1 and
2.
2 are out tonight.
Yeah.
You know, no
Yeah.
Drayton,
No
no Jessup.
excuse, but they're, hey,
No excuse, and we've seen McGowan. We talked about it early on in the game. Is one of those
Gain
guys.
of about
McGowan
3.
and Beauregard are going to step
Second
up, and
down
we're
and
seeing it out of
7.
McGowan tonight.
Wolverines from their own 45-yard line.
so 2nd down and 7 for the Wolverines after a hard run there by Narwood. Senjik back in there behind Pindell. Snap to Pindell, hands off to Senjik. Senjik looking for a hole, and he's tackled for, looks like a
Senjik,
loss,
the ball
about a
carrier.
1-yard loss, which will bring up 3rd and 8. Wolverines not afraid. I mean, I would consider this 4-down territory with just
Yeah.
the confidence that they have in their D.
I mean, I definitely think this is 4-down territory, especially if you can get this to 4th and
Loss
1,
of 1 on
4th
the
and
play,
2.
3rd down and about 8.
Definitely 4-down territory.
At the
If you
Westwood
stay at the line, if you have an
44-yard line.
incompletion, it's a 50-50 for me, but I'd like that aggressive call out of Pindell if the coach calls it. Oh, and we have some jumping,
Some movement.
and they're going to
And we
call
have
it.
late flag.
Play.
And it is. The near side official is saying it is encroachment on the defense, which is going to move it 5 yards. It's not going to be a first down, but it's going to make it a 3rd and 3 instead of a 3rd and 8.
Opens up the offense a little bit more for Westwood
Which
now,
makes
too.
it even more of 4 down territory.
You know, you're looking at a pass on
You can
3rd
run
and
here.
8, but
You know, you can run it here with
game.
3rd and 3.
Who's
You
the?
got more options.
Do you have a better angle on the number? Is that Senjik or
Senjik
Naru?
out there.
It's Senjik.
Yeah,
so.
just look at the spats. He's got the spats. And you get the taped cleats
Yeah.
like that, old school. And he hands off to Senjik. Senjik looking for a hole. He's running the feet, continuing to run the feet.
That's going to be close.
And that is, looks like it's spotted short of the first, about a yard. But as I mentioned, you know, very likely the Wolverines look to go for it on 4th.
He's going to be probably a half a yard short from my angle. Because he needed to get to that 48-yard line, and he's just not
short,
there.
And the Wolverines are going to go for it.
I like this call. This is the place to call it on 4-down territory.
Well, each coach, Evan, has about 10 to 15 to 20 plays that they want on 4th down.
And Morgan, here comes Narudin for the offense, and he's a hard-nosed runner. I would expect a run here out of him.
Absolutely. I
Could
would
see it
expect
even-
nothing less. Senior captain for the Wolverines. He was out nearly all of last year for injury. You think he wants it? Yep. And it's going to be held by Pindell, and he is hit behind the line of scrimmage, and that is going to be a turnover on downs. Looks like it was a miscommunication with Narwoot there, and going to be a ball for Malden Catholic going the other way. So Malden Catholic going to have the ball right around the 50-yard line. Looks like maybe the 49 of Westwood, going into Westwood territory.
That play blew up for Westwood at the line of scrimmage, and like you said, a little bit of miscommunication between Pindell and Narut, and you know, just a loss there. But you know, back to the defense. You know, all game they've been pretty solid. It's a matter of continuing to stop Malden Catholic and creating opportunity. The big thing we haven't seen, we've only seen the one turnover, the one interception for Malden Catholic. So a timely interception or a fumble recovery here for Westwood could be big.
Marcy on the snap, looking downfield to pass. He does. He's got a guy, and he catches it all the way down on the Westwood 10-yard line. That is Jeremiah Figaro, who we've called his name on a couple long pass receptions so far tonight.
And this is what we've seen out of Malden Catholic before. They have an explosive offense. They can turn a play and completely swing momentum. That you know, that type of play right there can really take the wind out of your sails.
The penalty that was on Westwood, it is declined, and it's going to be first down for Malden Catholic on Westwood's 10.
Penalty against Westwood.
Figaro's he's got great speed when he runs too, and he had.
He's a big guy. I mean, throw it up in the air. He's going to go up and get it.
He's got good separation. He had probably 2 or 3 yards of separation there. So you know, it's when you got a guy like that. If you're Mercier, you know, you have a guy like that you can throw to. I bet you know, we've only watched little bits and pieces, but I can bet you that's his #1 guy on the team.
So first down and goal on the 10. Mercier going to run with it up left side, but tackled by Corrigan again. Jack Corrigan having himself a game on defense for the Wolverines and setting the tone.
Yeah, you got to give Corrigan a lot of credit. He's been setting the tone on defense. He's been tackles for losses, open field tackles. He's slowed Mercier down, and that's you know, that's big for Westwood.
He's a tough guy to get a hold of. He's a slippery guy, a fast guy. And Corrigan took a good angle. Angles are so important when it comes to football, the pursuit, where when that quarterback tries to cut back, there's nowhere to go because you are in that lane. And that's exactly what Corrigan did there. Loss of 4, 2nd and 14. They're looking to throw. Pass is incomplete. Looking for Figaro on the far side. And that is now going to bring a 3rd down and 14. So the bend don't break defense by the Wolverines. Looking for a big play here. This is where we see the big aggressive pass rush for the Wolverines. They have a lot of trust in their secondary to hold on to man coverage and see what they bring here. Packing the box. Mercier looking to pass. He's got some time. Looking. Running. Holding on it. A throw to the back of the end zone. No one there. Incomplete. Which is going to be 4th down and 14. And I think we might see our first field goal attempt of the night. We saw the field goal kickers here early. And we are.
Lorenzo
So it's going to be about a
lining up for a field goal try.
30-yard, 31-yard field goal attempt for
Jonathan Bloy is
Malden
holding.
Catholic. These are good kickers. They have good rotation on the ball. And it looked like some movement before the kick. And no good. No good.
No good.
So big stop by the Wolverines.
That's huge, Morgan. That keeps this a one-score game,
Yes.
and Westwood
No
got out
good.
of a really dangerous
Westwood
situation
takes
there in the
over.
red zone.
First and
It
10
comes off
from their own
of that
21-yard
Jeff
line.
Corrigan's leadership on defense. You saw that right there, set the tone, and Westwood comes away with unscathed from that.
Bend, don't break. And I see Wolfie here, Evan. And that means good things. Wolfie brings the vibes. I got a hug out of Wolfie on Westwood Day, and I have not been the same since. I've been just positive, so happy, and ultra prideful of my Wolverine spirit after a nice hug from Wolfie this past weekend.
Yeah, we got the camera on Wolfie right now. Wolfie greeting the den.
Wolfie is in the student section.
First and 10
Love to see it.
Wolverines. All now at their own 20-yard line.
So the Wolverines going to start on the 20-yard line. Pindell still in shotgun formation. You got Senjik set off to the left, and they hand it to Senjik. Running through the tackles, and gets about 5.
Brendan
Another
Senjik, the
good
ball
run by
carrier.
Senjik. He's got some great linemen in front of him, just getting downhill. Really just earning every single yard. And the guys are holding on to those blocks, which is great because he's cutting it back, which is easy to kind of work off your guy and make a tackle. But when you're holding on to those blocks, there's really nowhere to go if you're a defender to try and get a hand on him. So great job by the O-line. And we got a bootleg attempt here. Pass to O'Malley and goes in and out of the hands.
Pass intended for Murphy
Incomplete.
O'Malley. Incomplete.
So 3rd down and 5. Just inside
3rd
4
down
minutes here
and 5.
left in the 3rd quarter. Watching Westwood Media Center coverage. Evan Cardamino on camera and microphone. Morgan Donahue here. Delighted to bring Wolverine football coverage your way. Wolverines looking to convert here. 3rd down and 5. Pindell looking to pass near sideline and
Pindell's
incomplete.
pass
Going to bring up
incomplete.
4th down, and the
Intended for
Wolverines going to send out the
McGowan.
punting unit.
It is 4th down and 5.
That was the same play they connected on earlier in the quarter with McGowan on the sideline for a 4th down conversion, but just missed there on the connection. Brings up 4th down. Wolverines going to punt.
That's Mikey Murphy.
Mike Murphy, the punter for the Wolverines, a senior.
The Wolverines, unfortunate 3 and out here, but like we talked about, the bend don't break mentality of the defense, and we're going to continue to see that tested for this Westwood defense. This is a big test for them early on in the season. A really good Malden Catholic team. You're going to see teams that are really good later on in the season. Next week I believe we have Medway here at Flayhigh Field. I know they're on a
Good snap.
4-game home streak.
Yeah,
and
that's a good punt. Oh, and a Westwood bounce. Bounces about 15 yards after contact on the turf and goes inside the Malden Catholic 30. So a flip of about
Mikey Murphy's
60
punting
yards.
Down inside the 30, down to the 28-yard line.
Just got that off. The Malden Catholic had an aggressive punt block
First
on
and
there,
10,
and
Malden Catholic.
Westwood flipped the ball nicely there. And keep an eye on Murphy O'Malley, the long snapper. He's been getting national attention at the collegiate level with his long snapping abilities. He went to, I think, about 4 to 5 camps over the summer, Evan, and he might be the next Joe Vinci.
I was going to say, it's Long Snapper High School here at Westwood.
Long snapper you over here.
Joe Vinci out of Notre Dame, South Bend, Indiana. I know he tuned in a bit last year.
He'll be tuned in for the live game against Norwood on, is it October 10th?
October 10th.
Yes. Mercier on the keeper. Tackled by a couple Wolverines.
Mercier on the keeper.
Tackled by Zafaropoulos and Holmesy.
Zafaropoulos on the tackle. A gain of 4 on the
Holmesy's
play,
been an
second
impressive
down
player
and
for the
6.
Wolverines. He had a big interception in the West Bridgewater game, a
Malden
pivotal one,
Catholic, 27
which allowed Westwood to go up
line.
2 scores and helped them close out the game. So a good gang tackle there by the Wolverines. Going to bring up 2nd down and 6.
I think what you're going to see here, too, out of Malden Catholic is they're going to start to establish the run a little bit more. You know, they're in control of this game, and
Mercier looking downfield. Throws it in the corner, but well defended by Senjik over the top. And we mentioned the similarities between Senjik and Donegan. That looked like Donegan there over the top, defending a ball in the back corner, and well played there on the coverage.
One of the things the Westwood defense has done good this game is sort of taking away the passing. We've only seen a couple big passing plays out of Figaro.
Yep.
But for the most part, they've forced Mercer to run, get outside the pocket, or establish the run. So, you know, I think Malden Catholic gets a little slowed up when they try to make those passing plays. You see a deep one
Mercier
here.
looking upfield. He's got a guy and connects with Wadland, who's still going, gets the outside, and has the corner, and he's going to score. That is a 73-yard touchdown for Wadland on a 3rd down.
73 yards.
To put Malden Catholic back up 16 with a extra point attempt to go up 14.
What a game for Waldland so far. An interception and a 73-yard touchdown. Big for Malden Catholic there.
Big play. That was a nice look. He was right up the seam, and then high IQ play when you're up the seam and you knew where the angles are. You know you got to go either outside to make that player chase you down where he can't cut off your angle, and he did a good job there of getting to the outside, getting to the corner, and then ultimately getting it into the end zone for the score. Extra point attempt for MC.
Now makes this a 2-score game.
Wolverines were able to block the field goal attempt.
To reset the play.
Looking to do the same here on the extra point. And the kick is good.
The kick is good. The try is successful.
So Malden Catholic 21, Westwood 7. 2 minutes 43 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Westwood looking to answer. We're going to send the kick return unit out there. They haven't really been able to muster a return, to get some momentum going, but that would be something big here. Like a Tino Giannopoulos last year versus Ashland, 80 yards. That was a big momentum swing in the game.
Yeah, I mean, for the Wolverines, this game's still not out of reach. The Wolverines, it takes a couple plays, but you can swing momentum right back in your favor. That's the thing. Westwood's got to keep their head up and start to find some rhythm on offense. The big thing is the run game's been working, but the pass game's been a little hit or miss so far this game. So the big thing you want is, if you're Westwood, is can you establish those pass games? Can you limit the drops? Can you start to find some open receivers? So I think you're going to see them get a little more aggressive here with the passing on offense. But if you're the Wolverines, it's just about finding some sort of momentum against this Malden Catholic defense and getting something down the field and scoring. Yep. You can still score this before the end of the the end of the quarter, and it's still a 1-score game. But Westwood's got to get something here.
Malden Catholic going to kick it off. Wolverines have Senjik and Beauregard back there. Senjik going to get a clean return. He's working in the near side. He's got some space. We got a flag thrown, which typically means there's going to be a hold on the return.
There's a flag on the play.
Which we'll see. And they're pointing where, which is typically kind of the spot. Did the hold happen, when he caught, closer to where he caught it, or was it, 10 yards after the return? So you're talking about location. Yep.
Penalty against Westwood during the return for a hold. The holding penalty is a 10-yard penalty.
That will put the ball at
and it is
on the 27, and Westwood will start from there.
Wolverines from their own 27-yard line.
But if you're the Wolverines, holding penalty or not, big thing here is, can you get something done on offense?
Yep. Some big plays. You know, you're at home. You got the fans here, and you might as well get them loud. Get some big momentum-shifting plays. We saw some on defense with Corrigan tackle for losses. Keelan McDonald on a sack. Pindell looking up far side. He's got O'Malley, makes the catch, and then works it inside to look to get a few more yards and gets a gain of about 2. And we've seen those big plays, you know, the McGowan on 4th down. So Wolverines looking to add to that where you can get the fans on your side, get a score, get to within 7. Anything can happen in the 4th quarter. Anything can happen in the last 5 minutes in a 4th quarter.
We've seen plenty of crazy stuff in football. Anything can happen in one play. It takes one play to change a football game. So, you know, for Westwood, you know, it's just finding your rhythm.
2nd down and 8. Pindell throwing in the middle. Catch, tackle. O'Malley on the reception. Looks like he's just short of the 1st down. As the Wolverines get right up to the line of scrimmage, they're wasting no time. 3rd down and 1.
Gain of 5, and it is 3rd down and 1.
2-minute offense here. Try to get something before the end of the quarter.
And off to Senjik. He's up the middle, and he gets the 1st down.
Senjik, the ball carrier.
It's going to move the chain, so I like that. Don't waste no time. Get right up there, get the 1st down, and
the gain is enough for another Wolverine.
Get that drive going. As you get the fans a little bit louder.
1st and 10 Wolverines from their own 39-yard line.
The Wolverines going to have 3 receivers up top, 1 down low. Senjik just, it looks like an I formation behind Pindell and shotgun. Pindell takes the snap, hands off to Senjik. Senjik tackled right around the line of scrimmage. Looked like he got an extra yard after initial contact, which is the MO for Senjik. You know, just because you got him wrapped up doesn't mean that's where he's going to be. He keeps running the feet, and he added another yard. So you got 2 yards on that play for
Wolverines from their
2nd down and 8 for the Wolverines. Everything is earned. 2nd down and 8. Inside a minute. Snap to Pindell. Hands off to Senjik. Looking for a hole. He gets another 2. And it's going to be 3rd down and about 6.
Senjik, the ball carrier.
And the clock is ticking, which I'd imagine they're going to try and get. Looks like they're going to try and get it
3rd down and 5.
snap before the end of the quarter.
Westwood 44.
Oh, we got it.
Snap to Pindell. Fake on the run, goes the other way, finds McDonald. He gets the 1st down, and he takes a hit close to out of bounds. And that is going to be spotted at the 45. So a big conversion for the Wolverines. And that is going to be the end of the 3rd quarter.
For another Wolverines.
So after 3 quarters, Malden Catholic 21, Westwood 7, and Westwood moving the ball. We'll take a quick break. Hear from our sponsors. You're watching Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Wolverine football.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. It is the start of the 4th quarter. And we got a good prediction from Jay Risha. He said if we score on this, we're going to make the comeback. And I fully agree here. Absolutely First down for the Wolverines. Ball on the 45. Pindell looking downfield. He's passing. He's looking to split a couple of defenders and pass incomplete. It was intended for Beauregard.
Pass incomplete.
But I like the look there, getting aggressive.
I like a deep shot here. That was first and 10. Take a shot. You
Second down and 10.
got nothing to lose at that point.
Nope.
So, I could see him
Lesser
go back to the well again and take
45-yard
another
line.
shot. Maybe not that deep, but I could see him taking another pass here and see if they can get something close.
So second down and 10. That did stop the clock, so not that it matters, but
Time's
it allows
everything.
you to be strategic. It allows you to kind of take some time to figure out that next play. So they're going to set Narrowwood off to the right. 2 receivers up top, 2 receivers down low. McDonald in motion. And a little screen set up to Narrowwood. Ball is behind the line of scrimmage, and he gets on it, but they're going to say it's incomplete, so no fumble.
Pindell's pass intended.
That was going to be looked like a potential double screen setup, and they went to Narrowwood on the far side, but that was sniffed out pretty well by the Malden Catholic defense. Good discipline on that defense. It's something that you pick up during film study, or you can just read the guards. The guards will kind of tell you where the plays go. Always a saying that coaches would say is read the guards, and we're going to get a timeout called by the Wolverines. So they're going to look this one over as it's third down and 10 ahead of them, and walk through this where where they are. It's going to be fourth down territory.
Yeah, I mean, in this situation too, where you're down 2 scores, only 11:49 left on the clock. If you're the Wolverines, I think all these drives are 4-down drives. You have to, it's do or die time. I imagine you're going back to the air on this play. I like that they've been taking, every once in a while, they'll take a shot downfield. But what I've noticed too is they don't, they're pretty sporadic with it. I think here, I'd want to take another shot. So keep testing that defense. And one of these times it's going to work. You're going to find an open receiver downfield. And, we've seen big plays out of McGowan. I'm looking at McGowan, and if he can get open, if he can get just enough separation, Pindell has the arm. We've seen that time and time again this game. He has a good arm. He set 2 weeks ago. He set most passing yards record in a single game for the Wolverines. So
458.
I'm looking at the air.
Keep an eye here. So they got 3 up the top. Where I'm keen is Murphy O'Malley, tight end on the near side. He's by himself on the right side, and he's helping block. And Pindell works up in the pocket, catch, and received by Keelan McDonald for a first down. Big conversion there for the Wolverines. Great blocking by the Wolverine offensive line with Murphy O'Malley included. Murphy had to block number 8. Jeremiah Figaro has been a monster off the edge. And a first down for the Wolverines, ball on the 30.
10 Westwood at the Malden Catholic 30.
Hand off to Narrowwood. He gets some space and was able to get 5. Making good decisions. They're finding secondary holes as they working it downfield.
Second and 5 at the 25.
Second down and 5. As the Wolverines looking to keep moving this. Senjik. He's got some space, trying to turn the corner, and he gets knocked out of bounds around the 15, 16-yard line. Which will be a first down for the Wolverines.
Senjik carrying the Wolverines to another trip to the red zone. Last time the Wolverines were in the red zone, we saw 7 on the board. So, looking to see what the Wolverines can do here.
And they're not wasting any time. I like this, getting right into it.
First and 10 from the 17-yard line.
They got a tired defensive line out there for Malden Catholic, looking to take advantage of it. Senjik again, and he is running.
Senjik again inside the 15-yard line.
For a gain of
down to the 13-yard
6.
line, a gain of 4 on the play.
They're saying 4. I'm saying 6. We'll
and
call
6.
it 5. Yeah, the scoreboard's saying second down and 5, but a great tough run again by Senjik, and he gets right back in the backfield.
Our yardage guesses
Rinse,
might be a
repeat.
little
Do we rinse,
more.
repeat? Yes,
Yep.
we do. Left side, but tackled by number 44. That's a
Send
great
it
play
to
by
Ball
Christian Ziza.
I was going to say, Morton, our yardage guesses might be a little more pro-Westwood.
Down by Christian Ziza.
Yes, I will always be on the Westwood side of yardage guesses.
Loss of 2 on the play.
Great play by Ziza. He's able to get through the hole and
It's 3rd down and about 7.
get in the backfield for a loss there on the tackle.
3rd down here, Morgan. If they go to
Big
the
third
air,
down.
you know what? I like a shot to the end zone here.
You got new guys out there, so either a new guy's going to have to step up big, or you go to a guy like Murph O'Malley or Keelan who've been doing it for you for last year, and a pass out to Senjic.
Pindell complete
And-
to Brendan Senjic.
It's going to be marked, it looks like, right where the line of scrimmage was. That was a beautiful play by Malden Catholic, able to get out there and make the tackle
Tackle at the 12-yard
fairly quickly
line.
after he caught it. And a critical 4th down and 6 for the Wolverines.
4th down.
Big play here. They got the call. Now the Wolverines getting into formation. Pindell looking for the end zone. McGowan on the catch. Let's see where it's spotted.
Pindell complete to Teddy McGowan.
Looks like it's going to be the
I'm looking at the chains, and I don't know what's going on here because the far side chains have not moved.
I thought he was.
Are they going to say he was out of bounds?
He wasn't. He was well in bounds, if anything. I had him.
I didn't have him in the end zone. I had
No.
him short.
I had him at like the 3 or 4 yard line. But I thought that was enough for the 1st down. I'm looking at the chain gang, and they're
And
at
it's
the
pass interference on defense. That is declined, so it's going to be a
Penalty, pass
1st down for the
interference
Wolverines,
against the defense, which is
and they are going to be
declined.
1st and goal. So conversion for the Wolverines. Great catch by Teddy Ballgame McGowan, and they're going to have the ball 1st and goal, looking to get within 7.
The gain was enough for another Wolverines. And this one
Senjic
is
lined up,
1st and goal at the
and
2-yard line.
I guess technically I formation right behind Pindell. A little pistol setup offense. Old school term, haven't heard that since probably 2004. And the handoff to Senjic, and he's tackled by a few tacklers
Senjic, the
for
carrier.
Malden Catholic. Number 15, Chris Toro on the tackle. He's going to bring up a 2nd down and goal on the 3.
Brought down by Chris Toro. Loss of 1 on the play, 2nd and goal.
Second down and goal. Ball on the 3. Pindell, hands off. No, holds on it. He's got some space. He throws it. Touchdown! Murphy O'Malley!
In the end zone.
What a play call! It looked like a handoff, but ended up being a
4-yard
bootleg.
touchdown run.
Pindell then finds Murphy
And
open in the end zone for the touchdown. Big time connection for the Wolverines with an extra point attempt here. Look to get within a touchdown of Malden Catholic.
Jonathan
Bertone is going to be on the kick. Senjic on the hold. Low snap.
Oh,
And that is no good on the attempt. So Wolverines score. They're going to have to go for 2.
The loose ball was down. The try is unsuccessful.
So nonetheless, the
Malden
Wolverines got the
Catholic
touchdown
21.
they needed. They're now within
Westwood 13.
a single score. So you got to get a stop, get a score, and go for 2. They can do it. They've been doing.
anything's
They've been converting.
possible. Well, we've been talking all night too. The big thing is turnovers. Can the Westwood defense hold strong, and can they get a turnover here? We haven't seen them have a fumble recovery or interception, and Westwood's defense this second half has looked pretty good. You know, they gave up that long touchdown there in the previous drive, but overall they've looked pretty good. It's just a matter of, can you put that last drive behind you, say, okay, we got to get a big stop here and get our offense the ball back.
Westwood fans, we want to say
gonna need a stop, which the Wolverines have been doing on defense. They've played outstanding, particularly the linebackers, Corrigan,
and Neroli, Ristorante, and Mercado,
Zafiropoulos,
and
McDonald on the edge.
So
Yeah, we've seen Corrigan and McDonald too get some pressure on Mercier. If you can continue to put pressure on him, you're going to force him to make those throws, and we've seen that when you force him to get out of the pocket, make throws, it's a 50-50 chance for Malden Catholic, whereas you give him a clean pocket, he's going to make great reads.
Keep an eye here. These kickoffs have been tricky, where they put them in dead areas and looking to get possession. And there we go, a little onside kick action. And returned, or recovered by number 3, Rocco Coriale. I could see that kind of brewing. I saw McGowan out there. I saw Narwood on kickoff on the near side, so I had a feeling they were trying to put that in a dead area or a potential onside.
I like the call, you know, hey.
Playing with house money.
You know, at this point, you're playing from behind. You got to get something going your way, and you know, if you trust your defense, if Coach Pindell clearly trusts his defense to put Malden Catholic at nearly the 50, looking at the 48, and say, you know what, I think that they can stop them and hold strong here. So if you have a defense that you can trust, I don't mind that call.
Ball on the 48, Mercier throwing up at the far side, caught and tackled right around the 45. A late flag is thrown.
And there's a flag on the play.
Looks like it was a catch by, is it number 2 for?
Yep.
Anthony Wadlin, who's had a big game. He's had a touchdown reception. He also had an interception. Actually, it looks like it might have been yeah, it was
Looks
Wadlin.
like this is going to be
penalty against Westwood, a personal foul.
That's going to be 15.
For face mask. Penalty is a 15-yard
untimely penalty for Westwood. That's going to bring them close to the. Looks like the 29.
29.
It will be 1st and 10, Malden Catholic.
So first and 10 inside the 20, inside the 30 for Malden Catholic. They're up 8. Looking to add to that lead. Westwood looking to get a stop and take the ball the other way, tie it up. Mercier in shotgun. He's got Turner to his left. Turner with the ball, and he's got a lot of room, and he takes it to the end zone for his 2nd touchdown of the game. And he comes up short after he gets in the end zone. Looked like he might have pulled a muscle, but gets his 2nd touchdown of the game. That is a 30-yard touchdown run for Turner.
Yeah, he's hurt, but we saw the speed out of Turner. He's a fast running back, and you know, that really helps Malden Catholic here late in the 4th.
That's a big touchdown.
And we're going to see.
But positive for Westwood side is you still have a lot of time left in the clock. 7 minutes, 5 seconds.
You know, I like this too. You know, we knew coming into this game Malden Catholic was a really tough team, as we're going to have a timeout here, but we'll stay here. But, you know, the thing about Westwood is I like to see this fight in them, you know, especially coming off a tough loss to Bellingham. You know, you had a tough loss. You know, this isn't really, it's not how you wanted to start your season, but you want to see the fight. You don't want to see them give up. You don't want to see them, you know, hang their heads low. And I think Westwood's done a really good job of you know, staying in it and fighting. You know, we've seen a lot of fight. You've seen the fight out of Pindell. You've seen the fight out of Murphy O'Malley and Senjik and Narut. We got to give them credit on the offensive side. And then defensively, Corrigan and McDonald again. You know, those guys have led this charge of keeping the fight going, even when things aren't going your way. So
the big plays are the scoring plays.
Yeah.
And that's the thing that's missing right now for Westwood, which Malden Catholic's had, is the big plays that can turn into a score that took 30 seconds or a score that took a minute, you know, where that's huge momentum and also deflating. So they're going for 2 here. Mercier looking to try and catch his receiver on the far side in the end zone. He does.
Mercier's pass complete.
So 2 two-point conversion
Try successful.
is successful, and that puts
Malden
Malden
Catholic
Catholic up 29-13 on the
13.
Wolverines. So that forces the Wolverines to have to score twice and convert two-point conversions on both scores to tie this one up. It starts with the first one. You're going to send, it looks like, Narwood out there for return, as well as it looks like Beauregard.
Morgan, I'll throw back a little bit to 2012 Thanksgiving. I was in middle school, but I remember that Patriots game against the Jets. They scored 3 touchdowns in 52 seconds. And Steve Gregory turnover, Julian Edelman, the famous butt fumble from Sanchez in that game. That was a 3-touchdown
Gregory
sequence.
just
Yeah,
scoop
Steve
and
Gregory.
score, huh?
Gregory, yeah, he scooped it and scored on that. I believe it was the kickoff.
Nice little
they
year
fumbled.
for him, huh? It was like
He
kind of
was.
the end of his career.
Yeah, he had spent his whole career in the Chargers and had one more year on the Patriots. I think he was chasing a ring, but you know, anything can happen in football. I mean, even last week in the NFL, we saw 3 blocked field goals at the end of 3 separate games for game winners. So anything can happen.
Yep.
You know.
Petrus on the return. He gets tackled around the 26, and the Wolverines will have the ball there to kick off their drive here in the fourth quarter with 7 minutes remaining. Wolverines down 2 scores, down 16 to Malden Catholic after the 30-yard touchdown run by Trayvon Turner.
And it's funny, he's a guy whose name we haven't called much this game, to be honestly. When we did our little film study pre-game, you know, he was a guy that we, I think, really had it focused on. But really, it's been the Mercier show for Malden Catholic. He's really put this team on his back and, you know, made some great throws. And Wadland as well, you know, 2 guys that really stepped up for Malden Catholic today.
So, Evan, down 2 scores, 7 minutes left. You're going to see the ball in the air a little bit here. And Pindell looking downfield. Slings it. He's got a guy, and McGowan with the reception.
He might
on the sideline. It was close. The far side official says no. Out of bounds.
Ty Pindell with the pass, the catch by Teddy McGowan.
I like that out of McGowan.
That was a great effort.
He got vertical on Malden Catholic there, and he got a good jump. He just didn't come down in bounds. He was really tight on the sideline, and I like that throw though. You know, I do like to see Westwood starting to throw a little more. Keep taking those shots.
It's been about a 30-yard play if it was in bounds, but I like that look.
Hey, keeping the fight.
Try it again on the other side.
I'll even throw back to last week. Malden Catholic played Somerset Berkeley, the game we were watching, and that game was 35-26, I believe. But
screenplay.
You know, Somerset Berkeley really made a comeback in the second half. They didn't win, but you know they scored some points. You know, anything's possible. So.
Screenplay to Senjik. He picks up about 6 yards. It's going to be 3rd down and 6.
A gain of 5 on the play, 3rd down and about 5 from the Westwood 33.
Narwood coming in.
I think you're going to see a play action here, maybe a screen pass to Narwood.
Yeah.
He's a hard-nosed downfield runner.
He's a good blocker, though, too. So when you get a play action, you get an extra blocker with him, and it's going to be handed off. He's going in between the tackles and tackled right at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Should bring 4th down and 5. It's kind of do or die, so I'd imagine Wolverines have to go for it here.
Yeah, you're going to see Pindell stay on the field.
One thing they are not, folks, is scared. You know, they will go for a 4th down on their 1-yard line.
That's what
and not be afraid to do it, and I love every bit of it.
That's what you want to see, too. You want to see the fight. You want to see the aggression. You want to see what this team's made of. And you know, keep them on the field. It's do or die time. You know, at this point, it's you know, it's game. So, you know, can you keep this driver alive?
4th down and 5, do or die. Snap to Pindell. Trying to get through a couple tacklers. Ball hits the turf, picked up by Malden Catholic, scooped by Christian Ziza, and gets the turnover. And Malden Catholic going to have the ball going the other way, right around the 15-yard line. Looks like we got injured. Looks like injured Ty Pindell on the field. We're going to take a break though, folks. So we'll take a quick break here. We'll be right back. Hope everything is okay there on the field.
Nothing in sports happens without commitment. You have to commit to prepare. You have to commit to compete. And when the game is on the line, you have to commit to making a decision and trust your preparation. The same is true when it comes to orthodontics. When you commit to improving your smile, you're making a commitment to a better life. Your mouth is the front door to your health. And who doesn't love showing off a beautiful smile when you're celebrating with friends and teammates? Arch Orthodontics is committed to you and being part of creating an even better you. When you're ready to commit, you know who to call.
Westwood High School Sports brought to you by Arch Orthodontics, creating generations of beautiful smiles with expert orthodontic care. And Neroli Ristorante, authentically Italian.
Welcome back, folks. Good to see Ty walking off the field. That was a scary moment. Wasn't sure, it was a physical play there on the defenders crashing in on him. And was able to walk off the field, which is good to see. So Malden Catholic's going to have the ball. And they got the lead and the clock on their side. 5 minutes 18 remaining here at Flayhive. The ball is spotted on the 32, so they spotted the ball kind of where it was picked up instead of where the return ended up.
Malden
So
Catholic at the Westwood 32.
Mercier on the snap. Hands it off to 23. He's got some space, and he's getting some big yards. And then tackled by Senjik. That was Darren Fleurmont.
The ball carrier.
We've seen him a couple times in the backfield. Haven't seen him get the ball handed off until there.
First and goal, Lancers at the Westwood
Trayvon
9.
Turner's been getting most of the carries. But a big run there for about 21. First down for Malden Catholic inside the 10, first and goal. Mercier back to Fleurmont, but tackled by a couple Wolverines. Looks like Gianni Martucci as well as Will Sesselman. There's a couple juniors there. Like the effort, no quitting the Wolverines, still competing. Trying to get that ball back. As the clock is continuing to tick. We are at 4 minutes, 19 seconds and counting.
Second down.
Malden Catholic using the clock to their advantage, running that ball and just letting it continue to drip. Hand off to number 2. Trying to get outside. Goodton contained by the Wolverines. Able to make a couple nice jukes there, but eventually falls at the original line of scrimmage at the 9. That's Anthony Wadland. And there is a flag. It's located in the box, which typically means there's a hold.
10-yard line.
Yeah, you see that a lot of those plays where the running back turns it and tries to reverse the field. You know, you force the line to kind of. The running backs sometimes are a little more quicker than the big guys up front, and they, you force them to turn around and make a quick turn, and sometimes you end up with a hold. So I'd expect to see that be a holding call, come back 10 yards, and. But I would imagine that Malden Catholic now looking to just keep the clock moving at this point, and get out of here with a win. So.
Penalty against Malden Catholic, an illegal block in the back is declined.
So a block in the back, so it wasn't a hold.
The play will bring up third and goal from the 10.
Third down and goal on the 10-yard line. Wolverines looking to get a stop. Clock continues to tick. We are inside 4 minutes, 3 minutes, 47 seconds and counting. I'm expecting a handoff here. They got Turner back in the game. Set off to the right of Mercier. Mercier with the snap. No, they're passing. A little fade route in the back of the end zone. And out of bounds, but also incomplete to Figaro. Well defended there. Looked like Was it McGowan?
It was, yeah, I had McGowan.
McGowan, great defense there on a big receiver who's been a difference maker all game. He's had the big plays for Malden Catholic. The gains of 50, gain to 60 on those large pass plays. And MC going to go for go for it. No field goal attempt here. Going to just go for the touchdown. And they know what, this is what the MIA is, come down to is when the power rankings, it comes to points. So they're looking to get the touchdown to add more points to it. But sacked by the Wolverines. Keelan McDonald on the sack.
Second sack of the game for McDonald.
Which important for Westwood. As we mentioned, the power rankings and points and how that, point differential. If Westwood can score, get 2, you get within 8. So that's something that is important to them.
The first MIA power rankings came out today. Westwood ranked 24th.
Yeah, they got to get inside that 16 spot to get into the playoffs. And if you, get within 8 of MC, that definitely helps when it comes to your rankings.
Yeah.
We've seen Westwood improve on the rankings, losing against tough teams, but the differential and, that being, favorable because of the team and the ranking they have, it helps boost. Because we've seen plenty of Westwood teams beat teams, and they're not getting credit for beating good teams. It depends. MIA saying, these are the teams, this is where they're ranked, and, the higher ranking teams are going to get you the higher points. So Chase Warren in at quarterback for the Wolverines. That first pass is incomplete to Beauregard.
Chase Warren is in at quarterback for the Wolverines.
Chase Warren following in Father Greg's footsteps.
Yes.
We had, over the summer, we did a little bit of WHS Classics, launched a new series where we posted old games, old footage. We posted the 1986 Thanksgiving game against Holliston with starting quarterback Greg Warren.
That was the first ever pass in the varsity career of Chase Warren. So remember that, folks, because I have a feeling we'll be calling his name the next few years. Sophomore Chase Warren. Snap to Warren. Evades a couple pass rushers. A throw out of bounds. Pushed out of bounds. Incomplete. It was Keelan McDonald over on the far sideline. Gonna bring up a 3rd down and 10. Warren did a good job of avoiding that pass rusher there to get that throw off.
I like to see the Wolverines continue to try to throw the ball. Like you said, every point matters in the MIA playoffs for the Wolverines. You want to come out of here with some more points. If you can come out of here at 20, that helps with the differential. And like you said, in those losses, you don't want to have a loss where, if you can keep the point differential close, it helps you out in the long run.
3rd down and 10. Warren, snap gets away. Malden Catholic trying to jump on top of it. Still being battled for, but picked up by Westwood. Zafiropoulos able to jump on it, but it's going to be 4th down.
A loose ball is recovered.
We're going to see a punt here.
Yep.
The Wolverines looking to get that ball out of, getting that ball, if they can, toward closer to the 50.
We've seen some punt. Hey, we've seen 60-yard punts out of the punter today. So if you can even get that to the 40, you're forcing basically Malden Catholic to run out the clock at this point. We're 2:34 away now, so.
Wolverine setting up in the punt formation. Clock continues to tick. O'Malley on the snap, Murphy on the punt. It's a good snap, and it's a good kick. It's working its way on the far sideline. Lands just inside the 40 and is going to go out of bounds with about 2 minutes, 10 seconds remaining in the game. Malden Catholic is going to take the ball from there, look to add to their lead as Westwood looks to keep it where it's at. So as advertised, Malden Catholic is a good team. Got a lot of skilled players. I mean, we've seen a lot of different players that can turn runs and catches into long scoring plays. We've also seen an active defense that makes pretty good adjustments. I think that Westwood did a good job with the running play, running inside the tackles and gaining yards there. But Malden Catholic's secondary has done a good job of minimizing the big plays. Westwood's been able to move the ball a little bit, but we haven't seen any 50, 60-yard, scoring plays. So that has been a strength for Malden Catholic in the game. And that ball is handed off to number 24 from Malden Catholic. That is Philip Thompson,
The ball carrier.
senior.
So Morgan, looking ahead for Westwood boys football. We're going to be back here next Friday, October 3rd, against Medway High School. That should be a good one to watch. And
Yeah.
Malden Catholic will be going on to play Catholic Memorial in 2 weeks on October 10th. So
That's the Division II state champion Catholic Memorial.
that should be a good game to watch for Malden Catholic. But Westwood looking to rebound on a game against Medway next week, a big TVL large matchup for the Wolverines.
Thompson again, trying to get through the hole on the right side, tackled up by, can't see numbers right now, but tackled for a gain and a first down for Malden Catholic, but the clock continues to tick inside a minute 20. And now they're just in victory formation. So they're going to kneel it, and that is going to be the game. They'll have one more kneel, which will officially be the game, but Malden Catholic coming into Flay-High Field, coming away with a nice 29-13 win to go to 2-1 on the season, 3-1 on the season, with Catholic Memorial up next week. So, as Evan mentioned, Westwood will be taking on Medway next week at home, as Westwood continues to get into the TVL schedule. And we're looking forward to covering that and some great games ahead as well. We got the Norwood game that will be a live game on October 10th. So put that on the calendar. Tom Lydon, Evan, and myself covering that game. We'll have some probably help from some of the students as well, which is always fun.
We'll have Michael Sasson, who's done a couple games with us in the past. Maybe we'll get Maeve, I don't know. But, you know, looking forward to that game. And then October 17th against, I believe, Dedham at home. So a rematch of a big one last year that I know you were at.
Oh, yeah,
so,
that was a barn burner.
You know, for the Wolverines, you know, a tough start. But I know that Coach Pindell is going to get this team, you know, where they need to be ready for Medway, a big TVL matchup. And I know when we come back next week, you're going to see this team come out with an energy. You know, this is a team that's going to want to get it. This is their second loss in a row. They're still in the fight. You know, there's still plenty of season left and plenty of time to, you know, start, make a comeback. And it starts next week versus Medway. So looking forward to it.
Yeah, a lot of positives out of even out of a loss tonight. We got the ball movement, with the run game was great to see. That's really going to open up the play action. When you get JR back and you get Jessup back, also the defense. I really liked the defense when they had timely stops, when they were getting the backfield, good adjustments on the run too. So that was good to see. And that is going to do it, folks, from Flay-High Field. Thank you for tuning in. Westwood Media Center coverage of Westwood Wolverine football. Looking forward to seeing you all on the next one.